I heard that they are using the same. Yeah, they are using the same engine. They're using the same. They're using the Creation engine, but we have Starfield first. We have Starfield coming out first, so it's over. Wow, this must have been an amazing game, Justin. 106, 105. Dang, this must have been an amazing game. Man, Durant was only in for 12 minutes. Durant was able to make the difference. That's crazy, but he limped, right? They say he limped off the court. Your character talked. I didn't mind it. I really didn't. I thought it was really fun. I love the settlement building. I thought that was fantastic. I like that it's a good shooter. Fallout 3 is not a great shooter. Not. And New Vegas is better. To New Vegas' credit, it's better. Those are rough shooters. And Fallout, you know, I know they got a team to do it, a separate company to go in and develop the shooting mechanics. It feels so much better. So much better. So, I think it's fun. I need to put more time into it. I love how they flesh it out with DLC to where you can now be a raider. There's just so much you can do in that game. But 76, I mean, so if I don't break on Fallout 4, 76 is the thing that unites us all. You old school role-playing guys, you know, you're not huge on the Fallout 4. You think the downfall started earlier. It doesn't matter. People have your back now because of what happened with 76. If Bethesda does not realize that they are kind of a studio in crisis right now, you went and you wanted the golden goose, right? The story of the golden goose. The goose lays a golden egg every day. But the farmer wants all the eggs, so he cuts open the goose, so he gets no eggs. That's what they've done. They've gone, and they're going to cut the head off the golden goose. They're sucking the absolute living bone marrow out of us. I don't know that they're self-aware about it. Like, they kind of stumbled into self-awareness by saying, haha, we knew it was a terrible game. Haha, isn't that funny? Ha 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 ha. No! It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not cute. It's not even a little bit cute. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this once. I think if I do it, I think I can still beat this, even if I glitch it. They fix this? Or is it the next one? Oh, it's the next one, isn't it? This isn't right. Where is it? I don't know. The first time we came in here, I had it memorized, so I don't think I'd forget now. Well, New Vegas had an after-credit endgame like Fallout 3, but was scrapped because of times. Yeah, Bethesda treated Obsidian like shit. It's like they were scared of them. You know, didn't give them the bonus, the well-published story that Bethesda didn't give them the money because it was 1 point below what they wanted on the Metacritic and stuff. That's crappy. They take 6 years to make these games, and they gave... What am I missing here? I'm pretty sure that was the right spot. Reginald, I think I missed something that you had said. No, I didn't. Do you think Elder Scrolls game... I mean, I think we have so long, Toxic Comedy. To answer your remark, I think we have a long time on Fallout 76. 4 was great. I agree with Reginald. I also liked 4. All 4 was okay. Just change your character. Companions were bland and the DLCs weren't even DLC, just cosmetic crap. Nuka World, Far Harbor. Mechanist Layer was weak. I can agree with you there. I think what will turn things around is more microtransactions. Yeah, that'll do it. What am I missing here? I know this is the area. Is it right before you? Oh, it is. We've done that dozens and dozens of times. When we first played this, all these years later, I remembered exactly where it was. And now here we are on our, nth playthrough, and I forgot. SG's not a great I may actually lose it if they bring back paid mods. Isn't that what Creation Club is now, or is it not paid mods? They keep trying, but they always hide it under something. Well, now it's the Creation Club. Well, now it's the fan club. But now it's just the loyalty system. But it's still paid mods. They're just being dicks, but ZeniMax the parent company. So maybe Bethesda is being unfairly, grouped into something that's ultimately beyond their control, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I think that happens too much anymore, honestly, that we're always like, it's probably the publishers. It's probably the suits. You know, you go into like the Anthem story, and it's hard to blame EA. It's really hard to blame EA, and I think it's mostly on BioWare. BioWare had 7 years. 7 years and a massive budget, and couldn't bring it together. Oh, I should throw some of this junk down. Creation Club is paid mods. They rip off other mods who can do those mods. I mean, but who pays to play survival mode in Skyrim? So, they are still doing paid mods then. How come this time people didn't riot? They just wear people down. It's like the horse armor. People didn't want to deal with horse armor. They thought that was bullshit. But they wear people down. They just figure you survive the storm, and people will forget, and then they'll just assume, hey, this is the new normal. This is what we got to deal with, and they resign to it. And my question is that Bethesda or is that ZeniMax? I've never seen a volcano without GGN as the prefix. I sure hope we can still beat this quest. I'm nearly positive we can because I really don't want to fight Nox again. That took us an hour. There is no footage whatsoever of Starfield, but Starfield comes first before Elder Scrolls 6, and every interview I've ever watched is always like, yeah, you know, and then sometime in the future, finally we got a better Survivor class mod. You got Elder Scrolls 6, that's coming around. It's, you know, someday, but it's gonna be years, dude. Years and years and years and years and years and years from the way they talk. And the thing is, they're releasing a new IP, but they've burned so many damn bridges. They've burned so many bridges. Fallout 76 was kind of a new IP launch. They still had the franchise, but the idea of it being multiplayer was very controversial from moment one. And people gave it a chance. And they got burned. And now they want you to buy this totally new IP. But apparently it was Todd Howard's, like, you know, dream project. This was the game he always wanted to make. Maybe that'll help. Maybe passion will drive that game and it'll be fantastic. But I think that 76 is going to hurt the bottom line to begin with if it isn't amazing. And Elder Scrolls 6, bye. Right, but they're going to have Starfield come first. So, you know, you're going to have to wait a long time for Starfield, but then you're going to have to wait even longer for 6. What game I just came in? We were ranting and raving about Fallout 76 because Reginald's in here and he said he was surprised it wasn't playing Fallout 76, so I went on a long tangent about why and the anger, all the anger. And then we're talking about their new IP, Starfield, which comes out, and then Elder Scrolls 6 after that. Todd Howard's always like, sometime in the future, way beyond, way beyond. And I'm saying I imagine that Starfield's going to hurt the bottom line because people took a risk with 76. Not a full new IP, I understand, which they took full advantage of. That license is why there's still a die-hard community there, still giving them tons of money. But for people like myself, that I've not drunk the Kool-Aid, I can't see myself at this time period, point in time, being a day one Starfield buyer. Maybe you guys can, I'd like to know. But I personally can't see myself doing it again. Fallout 76 was just far, far too many cuts. So many wrong moves with Skull Smasher. Like this shit, dude. This shit in Fallout 76 is going to cost you about 500 atoms. If it doesn't cost you atoms, it's going to cost you about 5 hours in inventory management. But this is Borderlands, where we get free 20 plus hour DLCs that give you a whole new weapon rarity, new OP levels, and a new level cap, and a whole new story for free! God, I hope Borderlands 3 sells 1 billion. I hope it makes 1 billion right off get and go, because at least they're doing it right, and I'm gonna feel so cynical about this industry. If we bitch and we whine and we complain about the loot boxes and the mandatory DLC and the DRM and all this stuff that we claim to hate, and we get a company that is not doing it, you can still play offline, you can still play couch co-op. It has deep endgame, and they're always trying to shove more value in there for you, the customer. If it is another Battleborn, I know it won't be that bad, but if it doesn't exceed expectations, then we need to stop bitching, because clearly we say one thing but we do another. As a community of gamers, we say one thing and do another. If Borderlands 2 does not freaking, Borderlands 3, excuse me, kill it. Just freaking kill it. I'm not mad at Anthem. I'm just disappointed, Kyle. I'm just disappointed. You know, as we went through the layers and saw its true face and what it could have been and what it should have been and how a lot of us bought into it, like 76, a lot of us, I think you were included in this, I know something was, and I was one of these people too, wanted to give a middle finger to Destiny. We wanted a PvE game that kicked ass and was a reason we could finally stop giving Bungie money. And it was fundamentally flawed. Look, I'm excited for Borderlands 3, but Randy Pitchford is really making me rethink it. Seriously, that guy needs some medicine or something. Ignore him and look to the rest of Gearbox. There's some amazing people there. Randy Varnell is one. I know he has not been the best face of the business lately, for sure. I figure he's just trying to stir the pot for media attention, but it's more nefarious than that with the lawsuits. I understand that sentiment, but actions speak louder than words, and what they've provided in the Handsome Edition of Borderlands 1 and across the franchise speaks for itself. They have stuck to something that's important. They have not gone down this DRM, you don't even own it thing. You can play Borderlands 3 offline. It's 2019, and we shouldn't have to say it, but we do. But that's remarkable. You actually own your character save. If you're a Destiny player, no matter how many thousands of hours some of you have poured into that franchise, at the end of the day, your character's on a server. And when the servers get unplugged, it's all gone. It's all gone. The servers could be offline and it's all gone. They could choose to wipe it and it's all gone. All your time in Destiny 1, because they no longer run events and no longer support the game, is ostensibly, you know, virtually gone. That's not right. It's not fair. It's unethical, and it's unnecessary. So yeah, you know, regardless of Randy, there's bigger things. To me, Mr. Red Dynamite, there's bigger things at play. More important things at play now. We're talking customer advocacy. We're talking consumer advocacy. Reginald, the BR looks cool. One of us. One of us. Borderlands 3 is day one. Hell yeah. Dying Light 2 looks good. I'd love to know a launch date. Have they announced a launch date yet for Dying Light 2? Fuck Fallout 76 and Anthem. The empty promises and wasted time. I'm with you on 76. I'm definitely disappointed in Anthem. Now, you're a day one buyer of Borderlands 3. Is that right, Ashton? I'm the only one at GameStop getting the $250 box. I'm gonna, buy a digital as well. Daddy's saving it for a few years. Suddenly getting a Lambo. Nice. We'll put you in the old course for that one. Dude, you can make a bank on that. And the fact that you can make a bank on that diamond box is reassuring for me. That what I want to see in the first 24 hours, first week, is I want to see Borderlands 3 surpass Red Dead Redemption, because that snowballs. When they were saying, like, Red Dead's made $1 billion in its first week in launch, however long it was, everyone wanted a piece of it. This was a historic game now. This was a landmark title. Everyone wanted a piece of it. If they can pull that headline that Borderlands 3 has made $1 billion in such and such a time, which I think they got a chance. If you get a $250 edition that sells for $700 on eBay 24 hours later, the way that they've kept the hype train at a nice rolling boil with these constant events, little leaks, little information, not just information, but content, DLC, the remaster of Borderlands 1, the VIP Season 1 that's just begun. They're keeping that hype train. I've never seen it quite like this before. At a nice rolling boil. It's simmering. It smells good. We're about to saute some onions and put in some more seasoning. I want to see $1 billion. And I'll feel good about things. I'll feel good that that is going to make an impression on EA. It's going to make an impression on Bethesda and say that this still works. Trying to do a solid for your customer is still the way to go. And I hope if they can do that, and they should be able to avoid all the controversy that these companies find themselves quagmired by, that should also show them that what's new is old and what's old is new. Go back to the way it was. D2 just went cross-save because Sony said it was okay. They're overlords. People are complaining about Epic Store exclusivity, and yet here we are on console. We've been dealing with it for a while. D2 Toxic Comedy says, I'm so disappointed in Destiny because when I first bought it, I was playing it for hours until there were so many DLCs to get, and I didn't get the full experience like others. And I feel bad for you for that. The mandatory DLC was one of the things that slowly but surely ruins Destiny. They have a subscription model, but it's veiled. It's a hidden subscription model. If you want to stay up to date with the rest of the player base and continue to experience the game, you need to shovel in, and I'm not exaggerating, about $150 a year to continue to play Destiny. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to anybody. They should at least come out and be transparent about it and say, hey, by the way, you know, we got a freaking subscription model. It got so bad in Destiny 2 that the first DLC, which was just terrible, by the way, completely awful, was $20, one area, very, very content light, locked people out of vanilla content. You couldn't do the raid. You had to buy Curse of Osiris to do the raid. We're talking not even, 3 weeks after launch. You had to shovel in. Oh, you couldn't buy the DLC standalone, by the way. You had to buy the expansion pass, which was, I think, $35-40. With tax, $40. You couldn't buy a standalone until after, but by then you'd already been locked out of the raid. We gotta find this thing. I'm glad I didn't get the DLCs. You're smarter than me. You're smarter than me. I think Reginald, myself, Ashton, we put, all the money. We put the chips on the table. Mr. Red Dynamite, I actually enjoy Destiny, but got my money's worth, and I understand where most people come from when it comes to the city, but now that they're away from Activision, I'm just waiting how they do on their own. Look, Destiny, Mr. Red Dynamite, was a special game. Destiny 1 was a special game despite every single thing that they did wrong. They did a lot wrong, and we all know it. We're all willing to admit it. And all they needed to do was correct it for Destiny 2, and they could have kept people. Because it was, it's your first time out. You're gonna swing and a miss sometimes. But they repeated every sin for Destiny 2. So for me, it's fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I can't do it anymore. I can't give them any more money anymore. And yeah, okay, they're away from Activision, but we seem to very quickly forget that they're the ones who said making content is too hard. And asked Activision that instead of making DLCs and making raids and content, can we please just do more cosmetics? Can we just do some of this microtransaction shit, which, by the way, was supposed to give you free content over the years when they first announced it. You can look it up. Just look up. We're introducing the, Elvira shop, whatever the hell her name is. It's supposed to offer you free updates. Okay, great. Free updates. Here we are. We're on Season 2, Year 2 of Destiny 2's content. You got to pay $50 to get the Season 1 DLC content. You got to pay $35 for this new expansion. I just can't trust him anymore, man. I just can't trust him anymore. Looking at you, Division 2. I'd like to hear your opinion on Division 2, Mr. Red Dynamite, because I don't know enough. I haven't experienced it enough, and I'm super confused on that game and where it stands. D2 was not Activision's fault. Crap content is crap content. Did you get Division 2, Kyle? I thought you did. But it's like, where's the hype? Where did the hype go for that game? It launched with so much praise and so much excitement, and here we are. I just don't ever hear anything about it anymore. Dying Light 22. Oh my god, spring is getting extremely crowded. I wouldn't be surprised if they push it back. There's been plenty of games that, coming in the spring, and that's a good... It gives you a nice chance to delay if you need to. I seem to be lost. I really hope I don't have to kill Nox again. No Division. Eververse. Yeah, thank you, Eververse. Because everyone's happy, that's why you hear nothing. Is that why? Because that's not what Gumby says. Gumby says builds lack variety. They got rid of the reroll system. There's only one type of build that even matters, Freak Show, which is damage. and that it's all very samey and repetitive. But I would love to hear your opinion on it. I'm not grounded. I'm just saying what he said, alright? I'm just the messenger. But the more opinions I can draw from in Division 2, hell yeah, because I don't have enough. Because I should hear something. I remember Brink, Freak Show. I remember when Brink came out and I was on the forums. I was one of those idiots that pre-ordered Brink and was super excited about it. And we were on the forums and the forums were dead. They were dead that day, okay? And one guy said, maybe they're dead. Maybe no one's talking because they're all having way too much fun with the game. And they just can't tear themselves away from the game to talk to us. History didn't shine very well on that comment. I'm not seeing passion from the Division 2 community. You know, you would think it would be like the king of Twitch. If it's so good, why is it not the king of Twitch? But it's like maybe where Division 1 was on Twitch. Well, yeah, but even if that's the case, why aren't people complaining so much? I don't know either, Freak. I want to know where the passion's at. People were pretty passionate about Division 1. People get passionate about Destiny. No matter where you're at in that conversation, whether you love Destiny, whether you hate Destiny, people get passionate about it. People get passionate about Fallout 76. I just don't see passions. I'm sure it's out there, but I don't know if I can beat this thing anymore. I think I may have screwed the pooch. I'm gonna try to go up. Division 2 does a Destiny. Doesn't change anything. The AI enemies were always in Division 1. The Dark Zone is empty. The builds in Division 2 are non-existent. I've heard that pretty often. I've also that... Well, you just mentioned... There's enemies over there. That's weird. What you just mentioned about the Dark Zone being dead is another thing Gumby mentioned. Gumby's another streamer. Twitch.tv/SlyGumby. Actually, he's much bigger than I am. That's what he says. He says it got neutered. It got neutered. There's no reason to kill anybody anymore. If you do kill somebody, they just immediately leave the server, and... I think I'm screwed. Oh, I wish I knew someone passionate about 76. Oh my god, I don't want to rerun this. It was not worth it. This was totally not worth it if I have to rerun this. I pulled like 3 guns that I probably won't use out of it, and the Nox fight takes an hour. That's not good. Rips. We were up there, dude. We were just up there a minute ago. Where's this elevator at? Well, yeah, even if that's the case, why aren't people complaining much? F. One more try. This is... Okay, this is where we come in. We went straight. We did the elevator thing. Oh, it's this thing. You gotta get back there. I don't think there's a way to bring the elevator back down. That's it. Wait, what if we die? What if we die? If we die, I think we'll spawn where we need to spawn and then be able to beat it. We'll at least be able to say we got the main story done tonight. Main quests are looking rough because we really need to get off. We gotta get the kids to soccer practice. No, seriously. We have to get the kids to freaking baseball camp at 9 in the morning. But, yeah, it's been a hella good conversation, I'll tell you that much. We've learned a lot. We've learned a lot. Some of you still love Destiny. Which, hey, if I had come into Destiny without feeling strongly as I do about DRM, and also being one of those people that just can't buy like 5 new games in a year. If you got money, hell with it. But us that can only buy like 1 or 2 new games in a year, it's pretty tough. PvE-wise, it's good. It's just PvP. Like, the Dark Zone was once this place where you got good gear, but now there's not even good gear in that damn place. Right on. Right on. That's weird, man. I hope that... I don't know what they do, because there is so much positive sentiment around that game. Like, I know Freak Show's a fan. It came out to such amazing reviews. It seems weird that that is a game that would kind of fall into... the labyrinth. Favorite Borderlands 2 character playable wise? Mechromancer's my main. What was your main, Kyle, in Borderlands 2? Honestly, pre-sequels got my favorite characters. I think those are most creative, interesting, deepest characters they ever did. You did a pre-sequel playthrough with me. We'll have to do another one, but it's a true sequel in the sense of the characters are deeper, actually. And Nisha and all those Frag Trap, Baroness, they're all good. Zero. Zero's badass. Zero's a tough one, too. Like, props for being able to play him, because he is freaking tough. Oh, we get to loot this place. Oh man, there's gonna be plenty of loot left, eh? Dude, there's gonna be so much loot left down here. Get ready, guys. Oh, dude. This is pay dirt, baby. This is pay dirt. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this. Plus, the raid is just impossible to do unless you have a straight DPS build. There is build diversity. If you're going to make a game, always have build diversity. Never just have a straight DPS or straight tank. It's not fun. Yeah, I remember specifically. I did play a lot of Division. We actually started this stream around the Division. Reginald played it a ton with us. Justin, the whole gang. That it had that build diversity you're talking about. You'd go in the Dark Zone and you would know a guy was a tank, and you would know a guy was a tech build, and you would know a guy was a DPS build, and it was interesting and it was significant. From the sounds of it, that's not there anymore. How long until this goes boom? Can I just leave? I'm gonna roll an automatic level 30 for the DLC. Not sure who to do. Oh, okay. I mean, if you just want to be powerful, go with Saul. Saul and Krieg. Krieg is hard, but once Krieg gets Blood Explosion, good night. Lights out, game over, baby. So yeah, running Krieg, and reap some nice rewards. I don't even know where these guys are spawning from, honestly. How's he healing? And through what? The one thing that killed the Division 1 for me was those damn classified gear sets. Look at you, Nomad Classified. The thing that killed Division for me, Mr. Red Dynamite. I'm not sure if you'll remember this, but the first DLC being super bugged, I swear, I've got the footage still. Justin, he's in shadow. I don't know if he's here right now. Tyrell, he's another friend of mine. Well, these are all stream guys. We were the first team. One of the first teams to get through that. About to be. We woke up at 5 in the morning right when the DLC came out. We started playing. We played the game all the time. We were hardcore dedicated to it. And we went for it. Dude, our first try, we were going to beat that thing. It was only like 5:10 in the morning. We would have been one of the first teams. And it was bugged. So it had that giant AoE explosion. You couldn't actually beat the APC. We all went to bed, you know, got some extra sleep, really frustrated. And when we woke up, we came to, and already people had discovered up to 10 million bugs, including, remember there was a weekly lockout, just like Destiny, being able to sit there, kill the APC over and over again, and not even be locked out on the weekly. So now the Dark Zone was completely ruined for us. Everything we had legitimately worked for was completely gone because everybody had the classified gear sets and we're 10 times ahead of where we could ever be legitimately. It was going to take, you know, 15 weeks of work with the best of luck. That killed it. Killed it for me. Glitch through the wall, get all the rewards, grief to DZ. That's exactly right, Reginald. That's exactly right. And because I remember you played the hell out of it with us. That was like our daily thing, was playing the Division together. That DLC, man, ruined a good thing. game industry needs some help. Why are there still, you know, these indie companies that just make kick-ass games though, Mr. Red Dynamite? Risk of Rain 2 was an example. I think Kingdom 2 Crowns, it's an indie, very small team. I think it kicks ass. State of Decay 2 has come around. It's like these giant AAA studios with thousands of people that are the companies that are blowing it, but they should be the companies the most able to make these games come to fruition. And I'll tell you, I've looked into this a lot, Mr. Red Dynamite. And I've watched a lot of these games and a lot of these shit shows and scandals. And the thing that always seems to be consistent is a lack of leadership. Anthem. Anthem is the quintessential example of what goes wrong. It had 6, 7 different creative directors, managers throughout the course of its development. And everyone's trying to make a different game, trying to put their fingerprints on the game, and no one's defining what the game is or what the mission is. One of the reasons I think Gearbox still works, and even though I know you're not a Randy Pitchford guy, why it's good that Randy's at the helm, is because he's the clear leader. You know what game you're making, you know what direction you're heading, and he's steady. So they can all bond around the same mission, have a clear sense of direction, then work steady at it for a few years. And that's just not what you see in these Destiny. So if they change the writer, 4 months before the game goes live, 6 months, something like that, just throw people to the side, put in a whole new staff at the last minute, then shove it through the door. The industry's been really bad about that lately. One word, money. Yeah, that too. That too. 100%. That's a nice one. That's a good mod right there. I always get games that is not known and they turn out to be the best ones most of the time. That's true, man. That's a true statement. I know City Skylines is pretty popular, but I had like an allergic reaction to Poison Ivy and I was kind of down and out, and I was playing that game off stream. That freaking was amazing. Just got to get back to the fundamentals. Let's get back to basics. Let's get back to basics. That's all you need. This guy's just kind of tanking this out, huh? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? That's a max roll. Okay, CPR, 5 hits. This should be hitting hard. It's hitting pretty hard, but I'd like it to be hitting even harder, but that's still pretty good. Nice, tight spread there. I always get games that is not... Yeah, right on. EQ Lightning. Blast Apocalypse. I'm going to turn this in and we're going to call it. We've got an early start tomorrow. We are going to be back tomorrow, obviously, with more of this. I'm happy we got the DLC main story done. Tomorrow we're going to do cleanup. Potentially beat the main story. We'll see. Ooh, this one. That's the kind of damage we want. I made Hotline Miami and other games like the hypest games I enjoy. My friend Pedro. Hotline Miami. That was that kind of like super creative 2D side-scrolling platformer cyberpunk thing, right? I know I gave you like 8,000 genres there, but side-scrolling cyberpunk. I think I've heard of it. Yeah, you want to know the easiest way to just be done with this? You just save and quit. I'll fight through these last guys though, just for fun. But then we seriously gotta quit. Tomorrow we'll do our best to 100% this, get all the achievements done. Potentially beat the main story, be on to the next character. I'm gonna do my best to really push Wednesday through Friday then. Saturday I turn 28. I want to see if I can get some early starts in and really start to be done with this, so we can start moving to new games. Love this game, I do, but we have a lot of freaking stuff to get through between now and September. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking this is not worth it. Hey, this guy's kicking my ass. It's a top 10 retro looking game set in the 80s, 90s. Okay, I've heard of it. It was really well reviewed, I think, correct? Yeah, indies are still great. It's impressive. That's why it's strange that you get, because normally more people, the better the game, for sure. And the more money, just everything should be better, and yet it so often anymore is not the case. It should be illogical, yet these indies are making better games. This fucking backpack didn't kill him. He is so low, and he's gonna make it through that shit. Oh, that sucks. It was a game where Tech Season's fingers started hurting from clicking the mouse, and it's old enough that he recorded his PC monitor. Oh, so it's... I thought it only came out like 2 years ago. Recorded his PC monitor. Fingers hurting. He's got to call OSHA. Someone get Extreme Rampage in here. He's OSHA certified. Why won't you die? By the 9 divines! Assault! Assault! Stop, criminal scum! You violated the law. Pay the court your fine or serve your sentence. Then pay with your blood! Ooh! Ah! Oh! Let's try this thing. We got nothing to lose. Let's try this giant thing. We all know the RPGs are just so good in this game. At least it's got a big rocket, so it does a little bit of damage just by making the rocket massive. Oh, but it still does pathetic damage. Assault! Assault! Yes, assault. Okay, time to save and quit. Be done with the mission. My birthday is Saturday, Ashton. I think I would feel pretty good about life if I'm able to, before I turn 28, have this 100%ed. Probably kind of need to. Oh, that's going to be a challenge. Civilian 1. Good day, Civilian 2. I don't want to talk to Civilian. Alright, Civilian, how are you? Good. Hello. Hello. I ran into some wood nymphs yesterday. Oh my. Terrible creatures. I had to put them down with a fire spell. Goodbye. Later. It's easy to get to Tamriel if you're a wizard and can walk on water. Goodbye. Oh shit, Grandpa. You must be great Grandpa then at 28. Should you birth me out?
I've got another job for you. Stop on by.
Wasn't your birthday just recently? I know Walter's is this. Wasn't yours like the 7th? Someone's birthday was really... I know Matt's was recent. Yours was recent too, wasn't it?
I appreciate all your effort.
Am I completely off? I've got a lot of you guys on the calendar now. Put it in Discord. I'll put it in the calendar so I can wish you guys happy birthday. Hello. Speaking of, war is the final option. It's the future work home. Oh, yours is in February. I'm way the hell off. I'm way the hell off. Alright,